Okay, y'all, there's a new scam going around. If you're somebody who answers their phone to literally anyone, this is for you to watch.
Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know about a new scam.
Let me tell you about a scam so that you don't also fall for it.
Great.
Oh, another scam, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah, what up YouTube? It's your man J Boogie Books, the portal rock that don't stop. Now look, in 2026, there's a lot of new scams out here. Look, scammers are gonna scam, alright? And I wanna hip y'all to the game. But before we get started, let's hear a word from our sponsor. Are you out of your rabbit ass mind? What sponsors? I don't even got 1,000 subs, yo. But look, scamming is for real. And there are some new scams that are out there. People know the game. If you get a call from an unknown number, don't pick up the phone. All right, and a lot of phones have that scam, so you know if it's a scam call coming in, you just don't pick it up. But what if you get a call from your bank? You get a text message saying there's some fraudulent actions and you want to make sure nobody stole your information and is banging up your credit. You're going to pick up the phone, right? It's coming from your bank. Let's watch a couple of these clips because these new schemes are out of control. I want to make sure that none of y'all get caught up in these, all right? Let's watch.
Let me tell you about a scam so that you don't also fall for it through and have your bank accounts drained. I'm literally crying outside of Wells Fargo right now. I got a call from a Wells Fargo number saying that I had fraudulent activity on my account and that a random person was being sent money from Zelle.
Okay.
In like big numbers that were stressful to hear. I've never used Zelle, and so this like freaked me out, and they told me to go onto my account and that I needed to secure my Zelle on my end by sending money that would go back to my account right after. And like looking back on it, I literally feel like an old person that fell for a stupid scam. Like I feel so dumb.
I'm old.
So I did everything that they said to do, and they literally drained my bank account.
Ouch.
And
Damn,
I felt like it was sketchy the whole time, but since it came from a Wells Fargo number, I trusted it. So like as this was happening, I decided to just go right to Wells Fargo, and as I was walking in the door, I like lost my shit and just was bawling to the poor ladies at the desk. And I said, like, I don't know if this is a scam or not, like, can you please help me? And I explained the situation.
It was a scam.
She took my phone and said something to the lady, like, can you verify your blah, 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 and they hung up. So at that point, I knew I was absolutely fucked.
They were cooked.
I didn't give them any of my bank information, any numbers, anything. They were just telling me that I had to, like, pay certain amounts through Zelle to like the fraudulent departments, that then it would be reversed or something. I don't know. Again, I literally feel like an idiot falling for this. So once I was crying at the desk, they sat me with an advisor who called a real fucking fraud department with me, and they're disputing all of the charges, and they'll call me within 10 days to tell me if the money will be back or not. It's literally crazy how they're able to use the same number. Like literally, it was a Wells Fargo number, their normal 1-800 number. So I guess just be aware. And if they say there's fraudulent Zelle charges, no, there's not. Happy fucking Friday. Does anyone want to buy me a drink now?
I feel so bad for Shorty. Look, if you get a call from your bank and they're telling you there's some fraudulent Zelle transactions, I mean, yeah, right away you want to rectify the situation, right? But you don't give them any of your information. I mean, it's a hard call, right? But at the same time, hang up. If you just don't know what's going on, hang up and actually call your branch yourself. I know it's an 800 number that says Wells Fargo, but you just got Wells fucked over though. Like for real. And I feel bad for her. I'm not buying her a drink. Maybe one of y'all will. Let's watch a couple more videos.
Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know about a new scam that's happening. let everybody know, especially if you have senior citizens that answer their phones. So within the last week, I have gotten 2 text messages. One that said I had a large amount of money coming out of my Zelle bank account, and the other one was just that I had fraud on my checking account. Once I got these texts, I immediately got a call from what said was my bank institution. So I answered the phone. And at both times they said, "Hi, this is XYZ from my bank." And they said they were from the fraud department and they wanted to confirm or deny if I had made the specific charge or the payment via Zelle. The first time I kind of went through the motions a little bit, and then they started asking questions, and I said I needed to hang up and call back the bank, and they immediately hung up the phone.
Exactly.
And then the second time, which was just about 15 minutes ago, I said, you know what, I'm going to hang up with you and call US Bank directly, and I will check with them. And the guy was super nice and was like, okay, cool, say thank you, have a great day. Hung up the phone. So I called my fraud department, and they actually said that they are starting to go from just hanging up the phone to actually acting like a normal person to see if they can try and continue the scam. So be on the lookout. The scammers are out and they are looking to take your money. Change your passwords, change all your things. So just a little tip. Hope you guys are having a great day. Peace out.
This is crazy. These scammers are taking it a little bit too far. They're actually pretty smart if you ask me. They calling you from a number that you trust, so you picking it up. And then they walking you through some extensive, you believe it too. And you heard Shorty, she said I'm gonna call my bank, and they was on some like, oh great, okay, call us back. We'll wait right here. Check in with your bank, we'll wait for you. Or matter of fact, call us back at this number, 1-800, you're getting jerked. All right? Please don't fall for this, y'all. Let's watch a few more.
I almost got scammed last night. And I am normally a very, very cautious and suspicious person. Let me explain to you what happened.
What happened? What happened, Johnny?
I suddenly got a notification on my phone that said that I'd used Apple Pay to buy something at an Apple store for $31.
Okay.
And I was like, no, that didn't just happen.
Right.
And then right below the merchant line item on the Apple Pay, it said, call Citi, because it was my Costco Citibank Visa. So I hit the button, called the phone number. Did I check it against the credit card? No, I did not. I did not do that. The guy who answers the phone sounds like a probable scammer, and he's like, oh, no, this is the MasterCard. Let me give you the Visa number. And I immediately was like, hold up, wait a minute.
Okay.
Why would it show up in Apple Pay with the wrong phone number? Like, that's crazy. So then I pulled out my Costco Citibank Visa and called the 800 number on there and logged into the Citibank Visa website and verified, yep, that charge did just attempt. And then I noticed other Apple charges on the Apple Pay that were not reflected on the Citibank Visa. So somehow these scammers had infiltrated into my Apple Wallet and made bogus charges, presumably in a feint type operation to see if I would notice the charges. But it was crazy how some scammers were able to get into my Apple Wallet, post charges, and then I don't know how they did it where the phone number was even going to them. So if I called to dispute the charge, I'm sure that they would have wanted my entire credit card number, yada, 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 plus all my information. So, lesson learned, be careful. And if you are disputing a charge, always refer to the phone number on your credit card and not what shows up in Apple Pay. I have no idea how any of that arc is even possible, but that is exactly what happened. So be careful, be safe out there. Repost this for people that may need to hear the message as well. Take care, and as always, have the evening you deserve.
Wow. This is how advanced scamming has gotten at this point now, all right? They're actually causing charges on your card. So then you be like, all right, look, I didn't do that. And then they send you a text message and saying, hey, there was some fraudulent charges. And you right away be like, nah, that wasn't me. So you hitting the link, right, that's supposed to bring you to a number that's going to help you dispute these charges that they actually caused to begin with. So they got into his Apple Pay, did some fraudulent actions, and then hit him with a text message telling him, yo, there was some fraudulent action. You better clean that up quick. Call us immediately. And then you call in, you heard what he said, right? Somebody picked up the phone and said, "Thank you, this is Visa." I don't mean to be racist, B. Just be careful, please.
Okay, y'all, there's a new scam going around. If you're somebody who answers their phone to literally anyone, this is for you to watch. Okay, I personally don't answer unless it's someone in my contacts. If it's not, you better leave a fucking voicemail, otherwise I'm not calling you back. So this guy made a video talking about how he got a phone call from his phone carrier. Okay, so when the phone call came in, it showed, let's say, AT&T, right? It said AT&T. So he answered thinking it's someone from AT&T calling him about something with his plan. So he answers, and the person acts like they are someone that works there and says, "Hey, someone's attempting to purchase these phones under your plan, under your name. Is this you?" And he says no. And he was like, "Okay, well, we just need to get something squared away. We'll cancel it. We'll report it. Whatever it is to fix the problem." And so he was kind of skeptical, and he goes, "Okay, what's my address?" He was trying to confirm information that he believed only the carriers would actually know. So they confirmed his actual address, and he was like, "Okay," like that was enough for him for whatever reason. So okay, well, now that we know you're not the one making these purchases, we're gonna send you this code through text. Read the code back to us. We'll get everything squared away. He gets the code, reads it back to them. They hang up. They took over. They took the fuck over. Him and his wife, they now had full access to like their phone number. So they, specifically his wife, they did a SIM swap or something like that. They got access to all her like Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, all that stuff. They started trying to get loans out. All they needed was this 6-digit fucking code and have access to their phone number, and attempted to ruin their fucking lives.
Good
One,
Lord.
don't answer phone calls you don't know, even if it says fucking Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, all of the above. Don't answer. If you do and they're trying to say some funny shit, hang up, and then you on your own go find the number for Verizon or AT&T or T-Mobile. Call the number directly, speak to someone, and ask them what this person was telling you.
Facts.
And see if it's true or not.
Facts.
That's what you should do with anything that where someone's calling you saying they're from so and so. Remember, you know all them emails we be getting saying, "Be aware of scams. We will never be the one to call you. We'll send an email or something." Even emails, look at the actual email of the thing and fucking ask ChatGPT if the email is real. You just never know. You need to be the one to contact the bank, the phone service, the whatever it is first. So always hang up if it's some crazy, even if it says the scams where they're doing like, "Oh, your mom is kidnapped, you need to give us this much." Hang up and call your mama, because she might just be sitting on her couch watching TV. Meanwhile, you getting this phone call from a scammer saying she's in the back of a truck, hog tied, and the whole.
Stop.
Hang up and call
Sherry.
directly. All right, y'all, be safe out here. It's holidays.
So it really doesn't matter. It could be a telephone company, AT&T, Verizon. They calling you and you trust the number, so you pick it up. And in this person's case, you're somebody trying to buy iPhones on your account, right? So what you want to do, send us the code. We're going to send you a code. We're going to text you a code. Read it back to us. Man, you just might as well give them your whole social security and everything in your life. Are you straight bugging? Some people, I feel like you deserve to get scammed. And I don't really mean that, but I kind of mean that. I mean, you can't be stupid. I mean, and like I said, I get it. People get nervous, bro. So mistakes do happen. And I'm talking shit and I'll get scammed. I mean, it won't happen because I'm just too tough for all that. But please, God, don't let me get scammed. But I don't pick up the phone for nobody, you heard?
Okay, I'm going to try and make this video as short as possible, but it's going to pertain to fraud and the scam calls we've all been getting. I got a call yesterday from my bank. Before, if I got a scam call, it would be like the same number as my bank, but maybe one number off. Like if the last two numbers were 7847, it would be like 7843 or 7841.
Right.
If they called, it literally rang from my bank's number.
See?
So I was like, that's weird. They have called me before, but I answered it. And I answered it, and he asked if he was speaking to Hannah Kitts. Hannah Kitts is my previously married name.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I'm sorry, you got the wrong number. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, not Hannah Kitts, Hannah Gross. And I was like, which is my name now. And I was still like, no, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number, because I can't, and it was, and 9 times out of 10, these calls are from people with foreign accents. This was not a foreign accent. But I still felt weird, because I was like, I can always call them back and verify. So I'm not going to give any information right now until I get off the phone with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, so you're not Hannah Gross? And I was like, no, sir, I'm not. But you have a good day, okay? And he goes, so you're not blonde?
What?
And I said, I'm not going to disclose what color of hair I have. I'm just letting you know you have the wrong number, and to have a good day. And he goes, so if I type your number into Cash App, it's not going to be a video or a picture of you and your husband?
Yo.
And sure enough, my Cash App is a picture of me and my husband. So if you get a phone call, these scammers they have went above and beyond
That's what I'm saying.
what they used to do. They're somehow wiring in and tapping into our bank's numbers. They literally called me from my bank, and I have a photo of it that I spent that time on the phone call with Y12, who called me.
Good God.
They called me, but then I immediately hung up after that. I called Y12 back, and they were like, because they log every conversation that they have under your account number and everything. She was like, no, honey. She's like, this is not the first time they're hearing of it, or we're hearing of this. They're getting super good. So I just wanted to let as many people know to be careful, because they're calling you from your bank's number now, and it's untelling how many people they could get if you don't know. So stay aware.
So this is happening. This is happening today. It may happen to one of y'all tomorrow. So make sure that you be careful, all right?
He ain't lying.
That's what I was saying before. These scammers have gone above and beyond at this point. Whether they're getting these numbers on the dark web or wherever they're getting them from, these scammers, they scamming, all right? And y'all gotta be careful. It doesn't matter whether it's a phone company, a bank. Just don't pick up the phone, and if you're unsure, hang up. If you do pick up, hang up the phone and call your real actual bank, all right? And if it's Zelle or Cash App, contact them yourself. Don't ever give anybody your information, y'all. Please, all right? Don't get caught out here. These scammers are trying to catch people who are lacking, and don't be one of them. It's been your man, J Boogie Boogs. I hope all of y'all are safe, and I'll bring you a couple more schemes, frauds, and whatever else is going on to keep y'all safe next time. You heard? Be easy, y'all. 1000. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, too. I forgot to say that, yo. Peace.